Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tibane Labs weekly update for March 27th, 2026. We're here with Mark, myself, Van, and of course, we have a guest today, Sci Fantastic from DeepNets.ai. Good morning, Mark. Good afternoon. Good evening for you. Very good early morning. How are you
Yeah.
today, Mark?
Good morning to you. I'm doing fine, and you?
Hanging in there. I always forget what time it is for you. It's like 2 in the morning there. Uh, Sai, good morning or afternoon. How are you doing?
Very good. Yeah, it's much more reasonable time here at noon.
Mark's a Chad, man. He's just deving and coding in the middle of the night over there in Tokyo. And yeah, so this is week 7 of the Tibane Labs CTO. We are live on Pump, X, and YouTube. Let me go on the main account and repost everything out. The first and foremost thing, the most important thing is we're going to start off with this, and then we're going to transition to talking to Sai about his project, DeepNets.ai and DNet, his token, and how we can help out with what he's building with Tibane.net and Tibane Labs. But the biggest announcement is since we had our last stream, the Tibane Labs Seeker DApp is live on the DApp store. I don't know if we're able to show that at all, but it's live. It's on there. So if you have your Seeker, you don't have to go to Tibane.net/app to load it anymore. You can go right to the DApp store right in front of your Seeker, load it up, install it. Encourage everyone to do that. That would be great. And leave us a 5-star review. That would be very helpful. Which right now we're at 4 stars. We're at 4 stars, and we've got how many reviews do we have? We have 10 reviews. So not bad. But we need 5 stars. We need that 5-star wanted level. All right. We're going to climb the polls, get included in some of these lists. So if you have a Seeker or Saga, please go to the DApp store, install the Tibane Labs app, use the incinerator, use the swap, use the staking features, all that great stuff, and give us a review. Thank you very much. So that's the most important thing. It's big. It's big to be on the Seeker DApp. The Salami chain's got its own mobile network, its own mobile hardware. So that's big, and we appreciate them. A couple comments in the box. Case is up, guys. Max Morelli says, excited for the weekend. Best way to kick it off. Yes. No crypto for you. Reposted the stream. Thank you. So that's it. Let's transition to it. Mark, you anything you want to talk off the top of the board, and then we'll transition to talking deep nets. What do you think?
We already have a few updates to share, so I let you handle this in whatever order you want to do.
Yeah, let's talk to Sai. He said he might have to dip for a meeting, so let's do that and make that talk about what's going on with that, and read deep nets and Tibane, and then we'll go into updates if that's okay.
Sounds great to me.
So Sai, who are you? What do you do on the Solana blockchain? Appreciate you coming out today. Great to talk to you. And Mark, if you could throw that screen back up there with his website again, that would be fantastic for DeepNets.ai.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me on here. So who am I? I'm a developer. I've been working in the blockchain for a long time. I've actually talked to Mark a long time ago when I had some Bitcoin on Mt. Gox, and he actually helped me with the problem I had, and that was great. He probably doesn't remember.
I've been hearing about this Mt. Gox place a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people nowadays, there are people that don't know what it is, but
yeah, especially on Solana,
it was the biggest thing ever, for Bitcoin. So, yeah, I mean, ever since back in that era, I've been working on Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. This project kind of came out of my work actually developing a Solana trading bot. And I was having to do a lot of research on the different tokens that were popping up and what the wallets were investing in them. And I started noticing, some patterns with the funding networks. And so I built a system that would go and dig deep through all the funding, not just tracking the initial funder of a wallet or transfers between wallets or things like that, but go and kind of seeing, how deep some of these things go. And they were incredibly deep. so now at this point I have a database of like over 79 million wallets. I got 2 million tokens in there, and the funding networks for all of them. So, my views on the current state of the system with, trading meme coins and trading tokens on Solana is kind of jaded, because I've seen a lot of the kind of crap that's going on, and I'm hoping that I can do something about it with a site that kind of exposes some of the stuff that I've been seeing. I think it's useful.
No, that's great, and I've seen some of the some traders on the ecosystem talking about what you were building, and I went to look at it, and it's great, and it's a much needed utility, and I'm excited that we can kind of work together, because part of what we want to do at Tibane is just sort of bring all the best builders of Solana together in a centralized area for a decentralized finance, if that makes sense, or decentralized, people building decentralized tools and utilities, memes, whatever it is. So we're super excited to have you come on here, hang out with us, talk to Mark and all that stuff. But I love the site, Mark. If you can click on there, we can check out the Chief Pussy token. If you want to click it in there and type it in, we can see. We got a passing grade from DNets, by the way. Is that right, Sai?
Yep. And it looks like there's a couple copycats that don't.
Oh, so. Yeah, of course. Yeah, those ones are risky and dangerous. They're not the real one.
Copycats for the cat.
Copycats for the cat. That's right. Look, and the funding distribution is really nice. Like, that's so clean. That's so helpful. Like I said, you're focusing a lot of times these new tokens come out. One of the biggest things that you can look at is where's the money coming from. So the information you're providing here is hugely important. You've got your locked supply, all this other stuff, all this like great information on here, and Chief Pussy's coming up green, which is great.
Yeah, and you don't have any deep funding network. There's no big networks trying to buy your token, so that's good. Trying to scam your token.
Yes, you're saying or an organic grassroots token, just like
exactly. There's no evidence that there's a token manipulation going on.
Right. Yeah. There's not some shady network in the background trying to pump and dump Chief Pussy token.
And I think that's like one thing that I really hope people understand is that this deep networks is not kind of some like vague, we see some suspicious activity. It's actually like these are wallets that have funded other wallets, and it's very clear on the chain. Like, there's very clear on-chain evidence that these wallets are coordinated, and there's no other site that shows this information. So,
not only that, I got to be honest with you. I've also been an EVM guy. I've used every layer 2. It was one of the first 1,000 people to use Arbitrum. I've been around. I've done ordinals. I've done everything on Bitcoin as well. And I got to tell you, as far as an ecosystem goes, I love Solana, and I'm super bullish on Solana long term. And I think it really is the future mainstream of everything that's going to happen with blockchain. Most of the people that trade on Solana can't even read a soul scan. So like, they don't understand what you're putting in here is that you're tracing through these wallet links and putting them in an easy to read pie chart there with and analyzing it. And it's not even debatable. It's on chain. It's immutable evidence on chain, and you've just brought it forward for people, an easy way to read it and look at it. So it's hugely important, and it's easy because, like I said, I've talked a lot about how tech is amazing and important and all that stuff, but like, it needs to be user friendly. And I think what you've done with DeepNets AI is a really user friendly way to click and see, this token's going hard right now, and you look at it and you can see whether or not these wallet networks like you're talking about are in it or not.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words there. And I'm excited about what you guys are doing too. This is one of the things that I've been integrating lately is other sorts of metrics that show that people are really standing behind a token. And so we integrated Streamflow earlier in the week. That shows if tokens are locked, if developers or other team people have locked some of those tokens, so they're not at risk of dumping, which is a huge signal. And things like the staking that you guys are working on is another big signal. And that's actually something we just integrated today. Like, any token now that's has Tibane staking, though the staking pool itself will not, that can show a lot of concentration because, You have all the different holders are basically represented by that, and that's something that it does not represent over concentration when you have that kind of thing going on. So we do support that now.
I actually appreciate that. I didn't know you were going to do that. I was going to ask you if you could do that, so I'm glad you already did it.
Yeah, we're working fast here.
But then Mark's working fast. You're working fast, and that's what we want. We want to put together a community. Like, I hate to use that word because it's been so buzzworded to death, and it's its own whistle now to say community. But that's actually what we want to put together. It's people like you in real projects, building stuff together, and then maybe there's ways that we can benefit each other together as well over time. When you've got all the people that are actually making things and actually trying to work on stuff, and it's not like a 72-hour hustle attached to a token, lots of great things can happen.
Yeah, people are jaded, and understandably so. Like there are a lot of those 72-hour hustles that these are kind of the pump and dumps, and but there's a possibility for real tokens to thrive on this ecosystem. I agree that Solana is awesome, and it is a really builder friendly network. It's great to work on the tools. I mean, Mark built a tool for us to look at the pools very, very quickly, and now we can see what the pools are. We can actually verify someone's holdings, super easy.
Yeah, when we were talking about it early on, the earliest days, and what do people need? I'm like, hey, there needs to be a centralized staking board, which is funny when you think about it, the way how decentralized token launches, but everything became centralized through pump. That's kind of my theory about it, is there needs to be a centralized, decentralized staking mechanism, permissionless staking. When I was like, hey, it'd be nice to do this. It's something the ecosystem, I think, needs really desperately to teach people to hold and help them hold and all this other stuff. And what he came back and built was just incredible. So it allows for token gating on external sites. It allows for you to set it up however you want. It's customizable. You can have locks or not, etc. It's really just when you say staking, someone thinks, oh, I've seen that before, but it's really different. And it's because Mark made it. It's next level. And I'm super happy you're here. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as your tech side of things, or do you want to transition into how we're working together, or what do you want to do, Si?
Yeah, I think I've, are there any questions? I guess I don't see any questions. Yeah, let's talk about how we're working together. Do you want me to dive in, or
go ahead and get started? Because I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I know we were talking back and forth for a while, and we decided, you came up with a plan, and I'm excited for it. So go ahead and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about DNet. DNet is the token that DeepNets uses. It's a utility token. It's not. It gives no equity, no expectation of profits from the team. It's really, the value comes from demand for DeepNet services itself. And with that said, I am wanting to open a pool for DNet that will redirect 42% of my creator rewards from the Pump Fund token into this pool. And that's a way to reward those holders of DNet that are, the long-term committed holders. So over time, if you stake your DNet, the larger your share you stake, the larger your share that pool becomes. So I don't know if you guys want to kind of talk about how the pools work, but the way that we're setting this up is I'm looking.
I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, the way Mark set this up and made it really customizable is you can set your pool up to be as tailored to what you want to build for your holders and give rewards in a way that is best for your community. So you can do, a day lock and a cooldown, or it looks like in your case, which we talked about, is you want to give what you want to share 42% of your fee rewards with holders, but you don't want to have them locked in. So the way that works is besides the day lock, which will be set to 0, and the time the cooldown will be set to 0, but you have, I think you said, a 21-day wait. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. That's
So the way it works is that the weight of the system will be your incentive to stay in. So you're not locked into anything. You can pull out at any time, but every 20 there's the time cycle for the DNet pool will be 21 days. So Mark, if you can go to our Tibane.net and pull up the how it works graph, that helps a lot of people understand what we're talking about. Please and thank you. Um, but the way it works is after 21 days, your time weight is a cycle. So you unlock about 35% of your weight after one cycle, up to about after 3 cycles, you're at 95% weighted. So the longer you stay in the pool, the more of your accumulated rewards you're able to pull out. And if you withdraw your funds before you reach that fully weighted level, you're going to leave that soul that you earned as rewards, which you're going to leave it back in the pool for other holders. So you're able to pull out if you want. I think it's a very Solana friendly entry and a great way to share fees and rewards with holders without having them locked into anything. Like, if they want to pull out, they can. But at the same time, when they do, it's going to say, hey, if you pull out, you're going to leave this on the table and your weight's going to go back to zero. I think it's some of the other tokens I've been talking to onboarding and stuff. I've pitched that to them as an option because a lot of people on Solana are not really familiar with staking as a concept. It's really not been done in a big way before, or like this really at all. And I think it's a great idea. And 42% of your of the rewards you get from the token trading, that's a nice chunk. That's a good amount, Sai. I think that's good, and I think people are going to like it. And I'm excited to see how this pool goes with having, it's a very Solana friendly entry into doing a rewards pool. So I think it's a great plan.
awesome. Yeah, so the way that we're going to do this is get the pool set up, get it funded, and the site itself is going to be, checking your hold. Like some of the services on DeepNets are, you need to hold a certain amount of DNet, or you burn credits, you burn DNet to use the services. So the site will actually be able to look into the Tibane staking pool and verify that if you're holding some DNet or if you have staked DNet, it can verify both those amounts, and that can count towards your total holding. And yeah, I'm excited. It's this is the community is a big part, and the value of DNet depends on your trading volume and how many people are staking and what the community is doing. So I think it's a good way for them to share in the work that they're doing.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you on board. We're also, as part of because essentially we're still technically in beta. We're still we haven't gone. There's some other things planned in the future for coming on board. Whatever we roll out for pools, you're going to get that all. There's some premium features planned that's going to all unlock for DNet pool automatically for being here. And we're also Mark released. We'll talk about a little bit more of the stake bot. He built a stake bot. We're going to set that up for you free as well too, and let it start going crazy in your pool, and picking up tokens, then eventually switching over to a burn mode, and that doesn't take anything. It's just like another autonomous staker that's running around in the pool there, and we're going to launch that for you as well. That's
awesome. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yep. So, really excited to have you on board. I want to say thank you. It's been great talking to you. Is there anything you want to talk to Mark about, or anywhere else you want to go? So like I said, when do you think you're going to launch the pool? I guess that's my first question. And I do have another question, actually. I just remembered. So what's your ETA roughly on the pool launch?
Yeah, I'm looking to get it launched before the weekend's over here. So
sounds great. So look forward to that. I do have a little graphic built up, so when you put it out, I'll throw that out there too, and not make the announcement. And then I was looking around on your XCOM a little bit. And is there some for DeepNets? The token is used on the site, or how does that work?
Yeah, the token is actually unlocks. You get access to the newest research that happens. So doing this research is actually pretty expensive part of the site, and so. I do want to share like as much as I can about tokens, but the very latest token information is accessible if you hold a certain amount of DNet, and then also if you hold even more DNet, you get access to the API, which is
Awesome.
You can way to hook up if you're running agents or if you're, wanting to automate anything. You get access to all the token safety research that we do through the API.
Yeah, so if you were running, say, an agent trading bot or something like that, you would have access to all this, the data you provide on DNet that way.
Yep, I do use that internally for running agents and trading. So
that's awesome. So you heard it here. The announcement will actually come out once the pool goes live on the Tibane Labs account. But yeah, DeepNet's AI is launching a rewards pool. 42%, no lockup, no cooldown, just 21-day wait. So interesting parameters. Look forward to it. I think it'll be popular. And appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Any other thing, Mark? You have any thoughts about this? Are you okay over there? Or?
Yes, I'm happy actually that you guys are able to use the SDK I provided. So
thanks a lot for developing that, and thanks for working through my questions on how you guys are doing things there.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's quite interesting for us too because we do it once. It means that it can be used for others in the future.
Yep. I was just going to say that, like this, we appreciate you because this is not going to be the only time someone has a token gated feature. And we've proved that we're able to facilitate that, or Mark is, so it's really exciting.
Yeah, I've tested it, and it's actually in the site running right now. Obviously there's no pool yet, so it's not actually checking it, but as soon as the pool goes live, it should be able to detect your holdings in the pool as well.
Nice. And we appreciate you adding that onto your analysis, is because the pools can go quite large. Like the one for Tibane is almost 26%. So we appreciate that you'll have that on there to show that, this is a Tibane staking pool. It's not someone holding 20% of the token, things like that.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate you guys having me on, and it's been great chatting with you.
Absolutely, Si. I appreciate you. If you want to come back on these updates and you ever have time, you feel free to come through. We can talk about what you're building, and we'll talk about the pool, how things are going, all that kind of stuff. You're always welcome to come back for an update in the future. All
right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Si. I appreciate you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
So that's pretty cool. So we got integration on DeepNets for the pool holdings as well for their token analysis. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think about that, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite important too, because the way, like many people ask us, why do we have one person holding 25% of the token and so on?
Yep.
So this avoids all these kind of issues.
And I see DeepNets catching traction in the trenches as well as something that a lot of trenchers are using. So it's, if you can click how it works right there too. I was talking about that right there at the top to show the tau weight.
Sorry, the what?
If you click how it works right there to show the chart, like the chart, because I was talking about how Sai was setting up their DeepNet, their pool to be the weight oriented, not without the lockup. Right there below Tibane the cat. The how it works link.
Yes.
Right there. Yeah. So they're gonna have theirs on a 21-day timetable. So after one cycle, they'll have 63% unlocked, and then it'll go up to 95 at 21, 40, like 60 some days, 63 days, and they're going to use that as their incentive to stay staked. Because if you unstake, you're going to go back to 0 weight and you get to start over again. But they're using a 0-day lockup, so the protocol is really adaptable to however you want to run it. A 42% share that's a nice share. That's a good pool. So looking forward to that. Anything you want to transition into, Mark?
I'm happy to transition with anything you want to talk about.
Okay, so we covered that. Go ahead.
I was looking. We are at 25%.
Yeah, we were at 25.5%, I think. Yeah, quite up there. Just growing and growing. Some people are capitalizing on the dip a little bit, I think, to stake a little more, and that's good. That's what you want. The whole idea is decentralized supply control, right? That's part of the thesis. So we covered. I'm on the wrong X account. Hang on. I lost my list. I lost the list. I saw your photo in the chat,
Yes.
Mark. You're
I mean,
funny.
you can check that later.
Yeah, but the list I've got here. Where did I put it? I lost it. I'm terrible.
Want
Here
to
we
talk
go.
about the app?
Yes. So we can do the app some. We can revisit that and then just go down the list. Go ahead. So the app is live. The app's live on the on the Seeker App Store. Right now we're chilling at 4 stars. I think 10 reviews, 4 stars. You have a newer update live on the website, right? Tibane.net/app.
Yep.
So if you want the latest version of the app, there is an approval process to push the updates out to the Solana mobile dApp store. So sometimes, since Mark is always adding things and adding features, if you want the very latest version of the app, you still have to get that from Tibane.net/app. But you can get whatever the mainstream current version is, the non-beta version is, off the dApp store on the Seeker natively. And if you do have a Seeker or a Saga, please go on the dApp store and give us a like. Give us 5 stars. That it helps. We're at 4 stars. 4 stars is good. 5 stars is better. it's just better.
That's for sure.
It's just better. So here's the list. Okay, so we covered the Seeker. Anything you want? Anything that you want to share about the Seeker that you're working on, Mark? Or
for this side, I think we're okay. I will be pushing a new version soon with some fixes.
Okay.
I actually have a large new feature coming on probably next week.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and then we've got some other new things that you put out on the actual website right now, which are not live in the app at the moment. Which I'll go to the first one of those. Let's talk StakeBot first. I'll change it up. So a big one that you did, I think it was Monday during the space. You just came up with this idea, and you're like, "Hey, why don't I make a bot that just buys? It's a artificial staker basically." And you send it tokens and it goes in the pool and it uses its fees to compound, and then we talked about it, and then eventually it reaches a cap, which this was 3.5% of supply, so it'll always compound its rewards until then, and then at 3.5% it changes over to using its rewards to burn supply. It was a pretty wild idea you had just out of left field, and I think it's great. So I guess you can talk about that a little bit if you want.
Yeah, a lot of this we kind of made on the spot. Because initially the idea was to create a bot, and then we talked about what would happen if the bot has too much supply and so on. So the rules we have come up now are actually coming from all the discussions that we've had.
Yeah. Well, the reason we're talking about it is the idea of it buying endlessly is great, but we didn't want the human participants in the pool to feel like their rewards were going to be for only, like, they would be competing against an immeasurably growing bot, right? So we capped him off. He's capped at 3.5%, which is within the realms of trench etiquette. That's the maximum you're really allowed to have, where people start to get upset about it. And then after he reaches that point, he flips over to burning. He still uses his supply, his fee share from the pool, and he starts burning instead. So he's got a nice big chunk of supply. He's going to use his share of fees to burn forever. I made a nice little AI video with Grok and ChatGPT and put that out there. And and the best part is that the StakeBot is deployable for every pool. Like you can use it in any pool. You can deploy it anywhere. So if you have a pool on Tibane.net and Tibane Labs, all you have to do is send the StakeBot some supply. You use the stake for other option on your pool. You send it to StakeBot. And I think you said stakebot.sol is registered to him, to StakeBot?
Yes, I'm not sure exactly how we can show that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Does the stake for other allow SNSs?
I guess I can just go to Solana blockchain and type stakebot.sol.
Yeah, stakebot.sol.
And you have the address of the StakeBot.
There he is. So the StakeBot is it owns the SNS stakebot.sol. So you can find the address very easily through SolScan or any other, blockchain explorer for Solana. And then what you do is you go to your pool, you go down to hit stake, you hit stake for another, and you send them some of your supply. Mark's going to go there now. Yeah, stake for another wallet. And there's the button right there as well. You hit StakeBot, it fills it in for you. I forgot about the button, Mark. I'm sorry. I apologize. Forgive me. And you send him supply. He enters the pool like any other staker, but he will always compound his fees back into the pool, restake, and continue until he reaches a maximum big fat size at 3.5%, and then he starts burning. It's a great feature. I think it's actually it's great for all pools. I think it'll have its biggest impact once some people do some launches and throw it in there early, because you're going to gain for sure. You're going to have at least one diamond-handed holder in the pool, because StakeBot doesn't have programming to sell. Is that right?
Yeah, only buy.
Yeah, StakeBot only buy. He has no programming for sells. He literally can't sell. He can only buy and burn later after he evolves into the bigger StakeBot Pokemon.
Oh, by the way, let me just bring this comment up. This one.
Yeah, that's from Jack, Maximum Reality. I think Mark is working on an Android and iOS apps, but I get it. It's not Seeker, brother. Yes, that's true. So yes. Once they're live on Android and iOS stores, we're going to need those stars on those as well. So get your star fingers ready.
It will be the same app as the one we have on the Seeker, which means I'm going to update the app on the Seeker to support whatever is needed to submit on iOS and Android.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And then just try to normalize the app as much as possible to push across all the platforms. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, that's StakeBot. StakeBot's live. He's cute. Then he gets big and fat and mean, and he starts burning tokens.
Will start operating when it has 0.01 sol, so it's still far.
Yeah, and then once it hits 0.01 sol, that's when it starts kicking into buys, right? That's its minimum limit.
Yes. Because I figure it doesn't make sense to try to get smaller amount than that. It's just going to go in fees.
Right, exactly. That seems completely reasonable. And it's a feature that right now is going to start small. Although, like I said, if you have, I think if you're launching a token, I'm not telling you to launch a token, I'm not advising you to launch a token, but if you do launch a token, you should take the extra 5 minutes, open a pool, and send StakeBot some of your supply and let him do his work, because he's going to be your best friend. He's just going to keep buying and burning forever. He's going to, it's something that you don't have to give him soul. You got to do nothing. You give him supply. He's going to take his fees. He's going to use it to buy supply and set back. And it's completely, even from his fees that he takes as rewards from the pool, under 100K market cap, that all goes back into the pool. And then over between 100K and 500K, part of that goes out to a percentage goes out to fund the Chief Pussy pool. Over 500K, there's another thing. And then when he hits maximum status, maximum burn mode evolution, a little bit more goes out to the Chief Pussy pool. And all the fees that do come from that running in these different pools goes into the Chief Pussy pool. Is that right, Mark?
Yes.
So that's 100%, in case you didn't hear that. Any fees that are generated by StakeBot in other pools on the platform, Mark has directed all of those fees into the Chief Pussy pool, which is more than the 50% we talked about. So StakeBot is really everyone's best friend. So if you know people doing launches, it doesn't cost them anything but some supply to go over to open up a pool, share some of their fees with holders, and let StakeBot start doing his work. It's really cost effective, and then at least one person is going to go all the way to 3.5% and then burn after that. So if I was launching, I would do it, but I'm not doing launches right now for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I'm going to do a small page to explain, by the way, all the stuff about StakeBot, the fees and so on.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's a good idea. But I mean, like I said, it doesn't cost the person that deploys it anything. And to be honest with you, Mark's been deploying StakeBot for a lot of tokens that come on board, just for coming on early. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that for DNet and Psi. And so if you launch a pool, you might just find StakeBot running around in there for free. You didn't even do it. So that's what it is. Let's go back to the other stuff here. And are you good on the StakeBot now, Mark? You okay to move on?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, appreciate it. It was a great idea. Me and George were there when you came up with it, and I think Jack was there. And I'm like, man, this is a good idea. It's a good idea. And it's amazing how fast you put it out. I think you put it out within a couple hours of bringing it up. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, for the StakeBot, it's fairly easy because of the fact that it's a lot of things it does will happen later.
Yeah.
So I set up the rules, I set up some things, but I will be actually waiting on manually executing the first iteration of the bot to make sure it's working the right way, checking the market cap and so on.
Okay. Right, that way, and then theoretically you wanted to activate it certain times if possible, or whatever. Yeah.
Ideally, also to make it buy at the best time based on the token on how to say this, like basically trying to buy at the best price for the token.
You want it to buy. Theoretically, StakeBot loves to eat dips, is what you're saying.
Yes, I will try to make something close to that. I'm not sure how accurate it will be.
Yeah, I mean it's the effort, right? You're trying. I mean, nothing. Maximum Reality. Jack says he really loves the StakeBot video. Are we able to play that? Can we play my video I made? It's on Tibane Labs.
Can I send a video?
I need to learn how to share my screen.
Yes. Do you have the video file somewhere?
It's on the Tibane Labs X account. It's on the main X.
Yeah, I need to download it.
You have to download it? Oh, then we're done. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
George is on StreamYard, by the way, if you want to bring him up. He's here.
Sorry. Yes.
That's okay. Fashionably late. Hello, George.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, man? We just had we talked about the Seeker DApp. We had Psi on from Deep Nets announced their pool opening and over the weekend. And now we talking about StakeBot.
Nice, awesome. We're getting right into the new features then. Cool.
Yep. So if you want to see the video, it's on X. It's on the X account. Just scroll down. It's there.
The video.
I'm a little shy, actually. I made this like with my thumbs on my phone.
Okay, I'm going to media asset, video clip.
Oh, Mark's hacking in real time to show my Grok video I made.
Yeah, because actually I can play videos on this system.
I don't worry about it. It's fine. We don't. They can go find it.
Just bringing up another comment.
I guess that's probably true.
Looks like the video is ready. Let me try that.
All right. This is important.
You see this little guy here? This is the StakeBot from Tibane Labs. Cute, isn't he? Run. StakeBot is a mean little demon, but still your token's very best friend. Why? Because once StakeBot is loose in your rewards pool, he will take his share of rewards, fees, and eat supply. Until eventually, he's full. But will he stop there? Not a chance. StakeBot's hunger knows no limits. Even after he's full, he'll continue to eat token supply. And burn tokens, because if he can't have them, no one can. Deploy your free rewards pool.
Hey, there's Tibane.
And your StakeBot for your Solana token at tibane.net.
It was all worth it. Thank you, Mark. People I've gotten what they wanted. Thank you, Jack. Cancel the Oscars.
So yeah, now we can play that anytime we need.
Nice. Well, I guess part of my workflow. Jack's laughing. I'm gonna try to make some videos like every week, like trying to do the space on Monday, which I might have to delay the space on Monday. Maybe might have to move it back a day if possible, or you guys can do it without me. I've got some stuff going on Monday, but we'll talk over the weekend. So like I said, we're breaking ground to do important things like showing videos. They don't always have to be my TikTok videos, but we're getting there. Let's transition. Let's change gears. Let's change gears to the next thing. Oh, let's talk about. Let's go to domain registrar, and then we'll go into the vanity wallet generator. Yes. Domain registrar you put out on the website, right? Domain manager. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's a standard domain manager. You can search for domains, register, manage. I did try to register a couple domains.
Nice, I see that. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That one's hot. That one's hot. The Carpelius.sol. That's nice.
Yeah, and of course I did all of this through the Tibane Labs website.
Nice. The tools are stacking up on Tibane.net. It's getting kind of heavy over there.
So yeah, just type something. You can see the price. You can choose what to pay with and register it.
That's really nice. That's really nice. We gotta send this to SNS and get them to appreciate it. That you added this on as well. Once everyone's lost in the Tibane Labs tools platform, that you added this on there to get their .sol address. That's really nice UI. Oh, that's nice.
And you can see the owner if you have something that's already taken and so on.
Right. No, that's really nice. So can you transfer them too or no?
Yes, here you've got a transfer button.
Oh wow!
And you can transfer to something that is not a wallet.
So a PDA or smart contract.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is doing that yet either. It's actually a kind of a big deal. So for example, the stake bot is a program address, right? Or is it a wallet?
Sorry.
The stake bot is a PDA address.
Stake bot, sorry.
The stake bot is a program address, right?
No, the stake bot is a regular address. Actually, it's on.
Oh, is it
on the curve?
Oh, okay. But you could theoretically, if you had a program that would take inputs, assign a .sol to it, and make it easy for people to send things in and out.
So what I'm planning to do actually is to connect the domain manager to the staking pool system.
Right.
So that if you control the staking pool, you'll still be able to set primary, change the records, and so on. So you'll be able to configure the domain, even if you don't have it directly.
Right. That makes sense. Like, so you deployed the staking pool and you control the domain for your staking pool. That's cool. That's really cool. Is there anything else you want to add about this? But I think that's great. And it's also a great way if you want to get a .sol. It's really easy to come in here and type your name in and see what it's going to cost you and pay for it. So that's awesome.
A very basic system.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess all the 3 letters are probably taken.
Yeah, they've probably been taken a long time ago.
Because actually there's a rule, if the domain is shorter, it's more expensive.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But I guess I'm not going to be able to showcase that.
Not because they've all been taken a long time ago. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. But now if you don't have one, you don't have to go find it. That's the great part about Tibane Labs and Tibane.net is it's the tools for the ecosystem tools to support for the average user are stacking up thick. So if you want to get a .sol, you can just go to Tibane.net and get it done. Or if you want to assign it to your program or your smart contract, do that as well. Then we got this one. George liked this one a lot. The vanity wallet address generator.
Actually, we have a new page too.
Oh, do we?
Stakebot.
Oh, there's a StakeBot page. Oh, look at that. When did you do this?
To improve this a little bit. Yeah, I was just doing that.
You're always doing stuff live, man. You kill me.
Did you guys go over how people can incorporate the StakeBot into their pool systems and everything already?
We did talk a little bit about that, but we can talk about it again since Mark's now put out a new page for StakeBot on the website. So yeah, pretty much when you have your pool, like I'm really hopeful some people start doing launches and adding StakeBot because it costs them nothing but supply up front. Which if you're a token deployer, supply up front is not an issue, right, George?
Yeah, definitely not an issue.
Definitely not an issue, you know. So like you can feed, 1% to StakeBot, and that doesn't cost you any Solana, really, like not much Solana to do that, and you go to after you set your pool up, you go to stake for another and click the StakeBot button, send them that supply, and then he's going to take he stakes in the pool just like any other human participant in the pool, and he receives fees, the same amount of share, and he will reinvest the Solana fees he gets back into the pool and grow his supply up to 3.5%. The bot will grow its supply up to 3.5%, which is its maximum. And then after that, it shifts over to burning. It'll continue to buy, but it can't accumulate anymore. So the human participants don't feel like they're getting washed out by this thing that's endlessly accumulating, and it starts burning instead. So actually the people in the pool at that point, their share starts to go up realistically because of the bot. So that early on the bot accumulates to self-fund itself, and then it burns supply after that. So it's and again, it costs nothing to fund it up front. Just a little bit of supply.
If you do it from the jump, 3.5% is probably like 1.2 or 1.3 Sol.
Right.
Of making the coin. So if you're a dev and you want to deploy the bot, that's probably your best option. And then it could, stack rewards off the jump and turn right into burn bot.
I'm fixing a little bit the text right now because this is wrong actually, but
like I said, below 100K market cap, it takes zero. All of the cut it gets from your fees goes right back into your chart. Below 100K cap, it's completely free. Over that, it starts to send a little bit percent out to the chief pussy pool, and then over 500K, I think it goes up again to 10%. Is that right, Mark?
Yes.
So even at maximum cap,
bot. So if you're familiar with people deploying agents now on Pump Fund, this is now an agent that you can deploy that just has a little bit, I think, better utility and kind of has like a compounding factor to it versus just a buy and burn factor.
Yep. And it's true because even like 1%, let's say that you don't have a lot of money, you have a token idea and you want to get started, and that's a lot of people. 1% token at launch is what, $20-$30 probably, something like that, like $30 maybe, maybe 35. 0.3 Sol, half a Solana. You could send that in there, and then as you're working it, the bot's just going to keep compounding its fees back into the chart and buying until eventually it burns. And below 100K, it's free. It's just the supply you give it, and then after that, the fees it takes out come out of the fees it earns. So you don't have to pay for it. It pays for itself, and it comes out of the fees that are generated by your tokens volume. And so yeah, it's really cheap, it's really friendly, it's really easy. And Mark set it up to send the fees that it does take to 100% of those go to the chief pussy pool. So that goes to the chief pussy stakers. This entire build, it benefits the people in the chief pussy pool, and it benefits the people using it because you gain at least one for sure diamond hand holder, and then after that it burns eternally. It burns forever so long as there's fees coming into your pool. It's going to take its share and burn the tokens, and it can only get to a maximum cap, so the humans don't feel like they're getting pushed out by a bot. It's a good size trench etiquette level 3.5%, and then it's going to use that chunk to burn supply forever. So I think it's great.
Yeah, so now we have a small introduction.
Yes, you can go to Tibane Labs, Tibane.net/stakebot. That's probably the link, right?
Yes.
Tibane.net/stakebot. There you go. And if you want to monitor what StakeBot's doing as people start deploying him, you can go to SoulScan and type in stakebot.soul. That's where he's at. Thank you, Mark. Excellent work working live as per usual. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, building in the open or something like that. Building in public.
Building in public. Yeah, that's the idea, right? Where's Coliseum at? Get him in here.
And by the way, you can click StakeBot on the list too. It will open SoulScan.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you can go see what he's up to. Which we're gonna put him in DNet's pool when they go live this weekend. And if you're launching a token, I would suggest like George said, 1 soul, 1.2 soul, you could send him right into burn mode off the rip. Give him even cheaper than that. Give him a nice supply, and he'll work himself up there over time. And he's a dev's best friend. He only buys, he only burns. He has no coding for selling. So you've got at least one good holder in your pool.
Yeah, diamond hands by design.
Yeah, right. He's got coded diamond hands. Let's talk about the vanity wallet address generators. This was something George brought up, and then you just made it happen, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've already made 2 vanity wallets. It goes much faster when you don't do it case sensitive, but I've noticed that the case sensitive ones take a little bit longer.
Yeah, but it's cool that it does work. Like you can. It gives you. So what this is like. All, like George was saying, all the cool kids in the trenches, they have their vanity addresses with like they got a word or whatever, their name, their handle at the end or whatever. What you can do here is you can enter a prefix, which is the beginning of your wallet's address, and you can set a suffix, which is how the address ends, like /pump. Mark registered one being very funny. He has a wallet address that ends in pump, so you can really confuse the hell out of people. You said this is my wallet, and they're like, "No, that's a CA." It's like, "No, it's my wallet, dude."
And you can see here I got another pump address.
Yeah, you got another pump address. So you can add pump to the end of your wallet address if you want, and send that out, and really just confuse the hell out of people.
Dude, bundlers are gonna have a field day with this. They're gonna fucking get 20 pump addresses, and people are gonna think pump funds buying coins.
Can you imagine? I mean, think about that. It's crazy. It was definitely a very like you brought it up the other day, and then Mark's like, "Yeah, I can do that." And he just put it out. It's very
it took like 10 seconds. I was like, "What? It's already done?"
Yeah, it was by the time you came home, you were trying to get in the dress or whatever. It was like crazy. Like so yeah, if you want a vanity address, and this is free, by the way, this costs nothing. Once again, George and I tried to convince Mark to put a fee on it. Like both of us tried, I swear. But like a lot of the stuff, like that's the craziest part about Tibane, and like one of the huge intangibles is that this is Mark's utility suite, but Mark's building, and there's nobody else really doing it the way Mark is doing it, and we're doing it at Tibane Labs. This is for the love of the game. Homie just put this out, and it doesn't cost you nothing except your transaction fee to make this happen. Once you get your address, there's a button to share on X. So if you use this to generate free addresses to generate vanity addresses on Tibane.net, all we'd ask you is that you please share it. There's a share on X button. You don't have to put the address in there, but you can share. Hey, I got this vanity. I got a vanity address on Tibane.net. That's how you can pay for it. That's really it. Just word of mouth. Tell people about it. If you make something cool and people like your address, say, how'd you get that? Send them to the website. And I think that was Mark's vision on it. Maybe we can talk about that. But George and I did beg him to put some fees on it, and he wouldn't do it. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, this costs nothing to me. Like, this is running fully on your browser. This means, by the way, that the server has no idea of the keys you generate. So this is fully private, which is a requirement for this to be safe. So whatever address you generate here, you can use without having to worry about anything. You want a dev suffix, it's going to take like a few seconds on here. Then
that's really cool.
I think it's so good that it's free, so that you can just generate again and again until you find really the address that goes for you. This is the whole point of generating vanity addresses. You have to be able to find something you like.
Yeah, that's really cool that you actually generated a dev ending address. That's cool. And people will come up. There's going to be things that people want, and like this is just it's just something that's a great utility for the Solana ecosystem, and Mark and Tibane Labs put it out for free for the love of the game. All we ask is that you share it with people where you got it at. That's it. There's a lot of things like that. The incinerator is tip optional. If you're, and that's probably gonna be my next video I make this week coming up, is going to be a video for the incinerator, because even doing the tip from some of the stuff that who was it? Next Level, I think. Was doing, even with the tip, the incinerator was coming in under fees of the competition was offering, much less if you went zero tip.
Yeah. That's I mean, as I said, a lot of those things cost nothing to run virtually. The incinerator actually has a small cost because I need the API, so I pay Helios, I think it's called. Yeah, Helios.
Yeah. But still, even with the tip, the default 5% tip, it's coming in under what the other options are on Solana to burn tokens. So there's really no reason for you to burn tokens or close account rents anywhere besides Tibane. So that's probably my next video. And if you're listening to us or you're following the project, just tell everybody, hey, don't go there to close your accounts out, because you're going to give away money. You can go to Tibane.net and do it for much cheaper.
By the way, small note about the wallet generator while we're here is, for example, you can see here cat. It says it's going to take seconds. But depending on what you put, like if I put a lowercase c, this is a lot more difficult, like minutes to get and basically what happens is, depending on what you choose for the prefix, some prefixes will be more difficult to generate than others.
Yeah, I was going to see like some would take like a day or something like that, it would say, but
longer prefixes take longer time.
Still, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, and of course, because it's a question of probability, it can go more than 100%.
Right. Oh, it came back though. There you go. It's pretty close. That was pretty close, Mark. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a question of probability. Like, it's just like Bitcoin blocks. It's a block every 10 minutes, except sometimes you don't have a block for 1 hour. It's the same system.
That's closer than Windows 95 back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, Windows 95 would stop at 98%.
Yeah, I like how I appreciate that you got that joke. That was an unk joke, but you got it right away. Yeah, you like, oh, I'm almost done. It would hang at 98% for 5 hours.
And then we get to 99%, and you still have to wait.
Yeah. Like, oh, it'll kick over eventually. You come back tomorrow, it's still going. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, if you want a customized, personalized, vanity address on Sol, go to Tibane.net, and it's in the tools section. If you can you show the tools page when you get a minute after this generation? Because there's a look at it. There's the swap, which is a swap aggregator. It actually gives you the best route between DFlow or Jupiter when you try to do a swap, which I don't think anyone's really offering that. It's really one or the other. I like that a lot. We reached out to DFlow. We were able to integrate their routing options. So you know that if you're going on Tibane.net, you're getting the best route. You're getting the most tokens for your Solana going out. Appreciate that. Again, it's a small fee on top, and half of that gets split into the Chief Pussy pool. You've got the transaction studio, so you can build complicated transactions and pay for them with a different wallet, executed in a single TX. Token Explorer. Go ahead. Show the transaction studio. You can query any program address on Solana, see what it'll let you do, pull in its variables, all that stuff. Execute a complex series of transactions. make a TX, send it out to another wallet, and pay for it from a different wallet, which has tons of applications. You got the incinerator, which we talked about, which is fee optional, tip optional, 0 fee tip optional. Even with the tip, the default tip, it's coming in under the competition. You're getting more of your Solana back for closing rents than the competition, with the added bonus that if you're trying to burn tokens, say you're a dev or whatever, the burn gives you, like, you can do a partial burn. You don't have to accidentally burn too many of your tokens, as we see happen every other week. You can enter in exactly how many you want to burn, etc. You got the token explorer. You look at metrics of any token. There's Tibane right there. Then you got the Vanity wallet, which we just covered. You got the domain manager, and then you got the fee monitor, the Pump CTO fee monitor, which still works and is functional. You can, if you got a ticker you really like and it's laying around, you want to know the minute the CTO goes through, you can use that. You'll know, it'll get alerted. You can watch the fees on your own tokens, or anyone manages to somehow pull off some funny business with a CTO or a social media attack, anything like that, you'll know. And you get 3 of those addresses, 3 CAs for staking 100K Chief Pussy, which is very affordable right now, like under $10. Yeah, and the tools just keep racking up every week, every couple of days. There's a new deploy. So, and most of these are 0 fee or very low fee. A lot of the stuff is for the love of the game, and it's meant to be ecosystem support on Solana. So your tools page is starting to stack up over there, Mark. It's starting to get heavy.
Yeah. As a swap has a small fee, 0.5%.
Yeah, it has a small fee, and then half of that goes into the Chief Pussy pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of it's no fees or very small fees. That's the whole idea of the ethos. Yeah. So I think that covers pretty much all the new changes. There was one external change, if you have time for it, Mark. I know it's early for you. Pump Fund added a change so that the previous recorded, and then we'll do meme of the week. We didn't do that last week, but I told everyone to do meme of the week this week, if that's okay. But Pump Fun added the change that it plays your last archived video. I thought that was cool. So our last week's video has like 70 views or something like that, because it just starts auto. I think it's a small change, but I feel it's important to give praise when it's due. We're not always giving praise. Sometimes I feel like community is complaining about things, but I like that. So if you go to our token page on Pump Fun, I don't know if you can do that.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah. So if you go in there,
actually the title is different.
Is it? It might have been on their end.
Yeah, because I know I've been putting a title every week.
Yeah, I think it was on their end. But if you see here, when you first load into the page, if you can refresh the page, you come in, it starts auto playing. Yeah, see,
we're live right now, so it's.
Oh right, well, so right, duh, we're live right now. Duh, my bad, I forgot. I forgot.
We have a liveception right now.
Yeah, we're having liveception right now. But I think it was a small change. I didn't see documented anywhere else really. It was last week I didn't notice it, but it starts auto playing your previous streams. I think that's a nice change. If Pump's whole idea with creator capital markets is to challenge YouTube, challenge Kick, Twitch, all these other things, the content has to be a feature, not an afterthought on these tokens. So I think it's a nice change. Have you noticed that, George?
What was the question? Sorry, I just got back in.
It's okay. Pump made a change on the website version, at least, that when you go to the tokens, it starts
auto play. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
I think whoever did that, like, it's a small change, but it's like I said, you got to give praise when it's due. I think it's for a token, then we have a lot of media from these weekly updates and stuff. I think that's a nice change Pump made, that when you go to these tokens, they have previous streams, it starts auto playing them as soon as you load in there, and it brings it up top.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get like more listeners to like actually stick around and say, "Oh, hey, what's this project doing?" and actually, catch up on what's going on.
Yep, and you can see in our most recent video, it has like 7, 8, 9, 10 times more views than the one previous to that, which means people are coming in, like gives you an idea that people are coming in and seeing the token and seeing your videos and stuff. It's a nice change. I think whoever pushed that, it's not a big change, it's a small change, but you gotta give credit where it's due. It's a good change. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah, hopefully it'll like you said too. Hopefully it'll draw more people into viewing the video.
Yeah, and not just for us. I mean, for any token that's doing regular streams and stuff, it'll bring it up. It's nice. It's nice flavor on your token when you click into the page and you can see it. I was looking at something to make it though for the links for the X post. I'm like, why do I hear myself right now? Like, what's going on? Why do I hear? I don't want to hear me right now. But then I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. It pulls it up. So yeah, W pump. Good job, guys. Well done. Unless you guys have anything else, we can go into the meme of the week. Is that okay?
Yeah,
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, let's do meme of the week. Meme of the week.
I see there have been some updates.
There have been, and I put up the announcement. We said last week we were going to do it, and then I forgot about it. But this morning I put out, make sure you get your memes in before the show. So we're going to pick the meme of the week this week. I'm gonna check new memes because I know some. Did he put his in there? Okay, he didn't. So Jack's slacking. So Jack can't win. So I told him to put it in there, and he didn't. Let's see. What do you like, Mark?
Let's have a look. Don't know how formally we can do that. There's actually quite a lot of things now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we have some boss cat. We have military. Some thing where.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the brainlet, the Giga Brain. I like that one.
You like it on the page.
the Giga Brain and the brainlet. That's good. I like that one. What do you think, George? What are you seeing off the rip? Are you able to look?
I was gonna say I like the Lord of the Rings style one. This one right here.
Which one?
The one you guys just had up. It like kind of looks like a Lord of the Rings cover.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah. Not a meme, built with intent. I like the way it's structured and everything. Fair launch. No.
I think that's Seba doing those. That guy in the community. He does a lot of.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, I see his stuff all the time. He does make a lot of good memes.
He's definitely hustling. I will admit that. He's working hard.
The one of the Seeker. I think there was one of the Seeker app that was a good one as well.
Yeah, he made a couple mock-ups for the Seeker.
Yeah,
that were really good. I would bet a lot of these are his. I would bet. I think he did the Cat Returns one too, with the crown off the Mount Gox picture. That's pretty good. What do you think, Mark? What's your vote?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
The Alien one's pretty good too. Oh, that's a good one too.
That's not bad. That's not bad. He looks like he's ready to make the trade. He's like the trade deal meme. That's pretty cool.
Proof of claw.
That's funny.
You see this one? What?
Chief of the trenches.
Yeah, with the.
Oh, he's got the hell. Oh, that's a nice detail. He's got the Shiba Inu helmet on. That's funny.
Yeah, we got quite a few things.
Oh, that one's a cool one.
Yeah, there's a lot of very cool ones, so it's a lot more difficult to choose one now.
Yeah, it's harder. It's harder this week. I think Seba's been cooking. I think he's been cooking, bro. These are good.
Yeah.
These are pretty good.
Tibane Archives, the vault.
Tibane's always causing trouble, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of things to choose from.
Yeah. So, just pick one.
Just
You
pick
know?
one. Yeah, I'm not sure I can pick one.
What do you think, George? Which one you? Let's let George vote for first. Which one do you like, George?
Let's see the full list again, so that way I can give everyone a fair shot, because I feel like this is all of them right here. This 3 rows are the new ones.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's see. I think I'm in between the Mount Gox desk one and the middle one that I chose previous, like the Lord of the Rings style one.
The one with the
actually, you know what? I didn't even see this one all the way to the right until Mark just scrolled with Tibane in the trenches. That's got to be it right there.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. That's
if you open it up, Mark. I don't know if you saw it, George. One of the guys has got a Shiba Inu helmet on back there.
Oh, that's got to be. That's the winner for sure. That's the winner for sure. Chief of the trenches. Yeah, that's it. That's the W right there.
All right, I'm good with that. I think besides the general Tibane, which is very majestic in itself, I think the Shiba helmet back there on the guy that's roasted is the neck is the nice touch that put it over the edge. All right, so are we good with that, Mark? You Chief of the trenches?
Let me pull the address from this.
Sure. So it's the first. It's fitting because it's the Chief of the Week. We called it the meme of the week. People know what we're talking about, but it's the Chief of the Week winner. So we'll do this again next week on Friday. Make sure you guys get your memes on the website. Get them on the Tibane.net/memes page, or it's memes.tibane.net, I believe. It's a prefix site. Submit them up there, and then we'll pick the Chief of the Week, and we'll send you some Chief Pussy for making some excellent Tibane memes. So congratulations to the winner. I would bet that's Seba again. I would bet that's who made this one.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I have an address, so I'm going to stake on behalf of this address 100,000 Chief Pussy.
Nice. 100K. Access the CTO monitor for Freebo now, assuming they had nothing. And I will repost that one on the main account when we close the space out for the winner of this week's edition of Chief of the Week. Where'd you get those sound effects from, Mark? How'd you do that?
Which sound effect?
You did like a clap or something last week.
Yes, it's in the media set on the right.
On the right. Yeah, Chief of the Week. Congratulations. Chief of the Trenches.
Chief of the Trenches. Staking right now. Yeah, it's not working if I share my screen, I think.
Oh, Jack didn't get it. You can put it in for next week. There's always next week, Jack. That made me laugh. You were a strong contender.
So I don't know who that was, but I just staked.
We'll put it out on the main page. I'm sure somebody will claim it. They'll want their accolades.
Yeah, I mean, I already sent it to the address.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Awesome. We appreciate that. And congratulations to the winner. 100,000 staked Chief Pussy for the Chief of the Week. The Chief of the Trenches.
Bring us to 50 members here. We are at 49.
Nice. Excellent. So he hit the big 5-0. Look at that. I think that covers it from everything I had to talk about, Mark. We ran about an hour and 15 minutes. Got a lot done in that time. Is there anything else you want to talk about, friend?
I guess we covered all of the subjects for today.
George, do you have anything you want to add or bring up, or?
No, I think you guys covered it. If you did the staker bot turning into burn bot, wallet, the vanity wallets and sole domains, and now the meme of the week. I think that kind of wraps everything up.
And we got a nice, a fresh onboard with Sai and DeepNets.ai. coming on board this weekend. So that pool is going to go live. If you want to hop in there, StakerBot will be in there. You guys can get in there early and support a great project. Check them out at deepnets.ai. They do analysis of wallet movements and a whole bunch of stuff. And also, George, they are integrating our pools to deepnets.ai. So they have StakeFlow integrated to show that as in their wallet analysis, but also any and all Tibane Labs pools will also show as wallet analysis. So when you look on deepnets.ai, it won't show as a holder concentration. It'll show that it's a Tibane pool, which I thought was cool.
Oh, that's dope. Awesome.
Yep, I was going to ask him about that, but Sai just threw it out there off the rip. They were doing it first, and I think it's great. So got a new pool opening up, made a new friend, and we got an integration out of it as well. So that's a big W.
Perfect. Well, I think that wraps everything up, guys. Good job.
All right, thank you, George. Thank you, Mark. Excellent update for this week.
Yes, thank you. And I guess we maybe have some new updates next week.
Yeah, we'll have some new updates.
We will have new updates next week, but I'm hoping for some things.
Oh, really?
I don't know yet.
Why do you always do this at the end of the show, Mark? What are you teasing something right now? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll wait for things to be actually launched for this time.
Okay, we can do that. You always got to give me agita, buddy. You always got to do that to me.
But yeah, ideally, a new version of the app that would be compatible with iOS and Google. The thing is, iOS as of late is very slow to verify, so I guess it will take time. And maybe a few other things. We'll see.
Okay, so look forward to that. Pay attention to Mark's page on X. Pay attention to. Also, I do want to give a quick shout out that we can talk about this really quickly. Tibane Labs and Mark are both now on Hey.lol, which is a Solana first focused social media platform. Mark is on there, and we're on there with the Tibane Labs account. So if you're not on Hey, I think they're Hey.lol on X. I think so. Let me check that out real quickly.
Yeah, Hey.lol.
Hey.lol is their account. It's a social platform built on top of Solana for humans and agents, and they were very friendly to us this week, and they are a great project, and I know the founders and devs behind it, and they're great people. So definitely go check out Hey.lol and follow the Tibane Labs account and follow Mark on there, and I'm on there as well, all with the same handles, the same account names that we have on X. So let's try to bump our numbers up on Hey, and yeah, try to support some other great builders in the space as well. So I definitely want to throw that there before we close out. Go on Hey and follow all the accounts, interact with all the posts and everything. And they gave Mark a badge right off the rip, right?
Yes, I got the golden badge.
Got the golden. It made the man with the golden badge deserved. So thank you, everybody. This has been a great update. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Happy very early Saturday to you, Mark. Thank you for coming out as always. Get some rest, and this has been a great one. Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good day.
Yep. Have a good day, guys. Take care.
Later.
Yeah.